The problem is that almost always a tooth dies because there's an infection in there. A healthy tooth doesn't die unless there's trauma to it. Almost always there's an infection. So what happens is the tooth is drilled and there's a tunnel made and it's cleaned out, but it's never really clean because it's an anaerobic space, which means it doesn't get oxygen, it doesn't get sunlight. It's impossible to remove the bacteria. It's a long, narrow, dark canal. It's filled with a substance called gutta-percha. And over time, in that tunnel, the gutta-percha shrinks. So you've got a lot of dead space in there that continues to breed bacteria because it was never cleaned out the first time. There are some dentists that do very meticulous measures. They do an iodine flush, a betadine flush. They'll put their patient on antibiotics. They're very careful. They'll have them come back and finish the root canal after they do more cleaning of it. And that has certainly a higher rate of success. But the root canal, over time, becomes a toxic cesspool in there. That's a little bit of a dramatic way of saying it, but 24/7, there's a hidden bacteria which can create a lot of decline in other areas of our health. Because there is a toxic burden on the body 24/7. And it can go on for years. People don't know that this is going on unless they have pain. If the infection gets too bad, they'll have pain. Somebody will have to go in 10 years later and clean up that root canal and do it again. And sometimes you'll find apical cysts. You'll find all kinds of ways of the body trying to wall it out, or erosion where it goes up into the sinuses, and there'll be a lot of chronic sinusitis. I have many patients that have come to me with chronic sinusitis that have had a history of multiple root canals, and many of them are very much infected. There's something called a panoral x-ray, which most dentists don't do and should. Aside from x-raying each tooth, it gives you the entire structure and alignment of the face, and you can see the sinuses, and if there's any root involvement all the way up into this. There's a couple of options. The best is usually to pull the tooth. Again, this is where we have people that are reluctant to do that, but there are very good bridges that can be made if the other teeth are strong. Keeping a root canal in can cause a lot of bone loss over time, and that can weaken the other teeth surrounding. So that becomes less likely a possibility for a bridge. Implants are great. There's new implants now called ceramic implants or zirconium implants. Those are really wonderful and they're very cutting edge. There's a lot of options, but most dentists stick with the same protocol.